Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be trying out the cutest, look at that, the cutest small little eyeshadow palette from Pat McGrath. I was going to say Natasha Denona. Wake up, lady. But this is the new Sublime Smoke 6-pan mini from Pat McGrath. But if you're interested in this palette, I'm going to be using it on the eyes today, of all places, and letting you know all of my thoughts. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so this is my first little mini of this size from Pat McGrath. She's made a few of these, and I've just always passed on them because they are very, very small. They're small, which I do love a small miniature version of things. They're just cute to look at, aren't they? But for the most part, when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, I want bigger. More is more, you know, and I have a lot of Pat McGrath motherships, a lot of limited edition, larger, so the Bridgerton collection palettes from Pat McGrath, and so I've just never felt like I needed one of the minis before, but I do think they are an excellent choice if you're wanting to dabble in the brand, try something new without like laying down over £100 straight away on a mothership. If you just want to dip in a toe, a much better price point. And the reason this one appealed to me so much that I grabbed it was because, one, love the packaging, love the colour of the packaging, and the colour story. It's a neutral lover's dream. It's just so simple and perfect. And I am going on holiday soon. I just got back from a few days with family, and I feel like, hello, if this is not the perfect, like, minimal packing trip type makeup situation, I don't know what is. Okay, so let's have a close-up little look at the shades in here. We have Skin Show Divine Glow, Taboo, Bronze Eclipse, Extreme Dusk, Bronze Blaze, and Extreme Mahogany. They all swatched really beautifully. Some of the names from the shades in this palette do match with like previous Idols shades, so that's Pat McGrath like single Idols formula. But when you look at the side-by-sides, the colours don't seem to be exactly the same. So I do think these are like new shades. They might match the same name as some previous Idols, but you aren't going to find the exact shades in her motherships if you own a lot of those. However, that being said, they are obviously shades that, you know, you basically have them already. They're not revolutionary things that we haven't seen before, you know. But everything swatched great. This shade down here is that typical sort of coppery shimmer that I don't love from Pat McGrath. I do like that we've literally got 3 shimmers, 3 mattes. What a ratio. I mean, that's the dream ratio, if you ask me. No special shades. You know, the price point is what it is, but some beautiful shimmers nonetheless. And the mattes swatched and felt very, very soft. Even like this super dark, cooler matte, typically that type of shade swatches terribly and then is fine on the eyes, but it actually swatched very nicely. So let's whack this on the eye, and fingers crossed the same goes for, you know, the peepers. Rightio, I'm going to start off with this lighter matte up there, and I haven't got a mirror. What am I? I'm just going in blind here. What's she doing? I mean, I'm not a professional makeup artist, but I do feel like that's the basics, you know. We should all know that you need a mirror. And if you don't, I mean, fair play to you. Oof, that's perfect transitional shade. Absolutely perfect for me. That immediately just makes me think this is going to be just what I was hoping for to take on my travels with me, because I do like to take, you know, a couple of single eyeshadows, maybe some cream eyeshadows usually, or liquid eyeshadows, just because I'm so nervous of smashing like a big palette. I would never take a palette if I was going on a plane. I don't think so, especially not if it was like EasyJet. I know what they do with my bags. But a little mini like this, I mean, this could even go in my handbag, so I know it's safe. But yeah, this is going to be ideal because when I'm on holiday, sometimes this is all I'm going to want to do, you know. Sometimes I'll just use a bit of bronzer, but sometimes I just want a little bit extra, and this is going to give me, you know, I could whack a bit of this on for dinner with the fam, or if I want to go all out, I have the options in here to do that as well. So I think this is a great little travel palette, especially if you travel for work as well, because you're going to be able to do something very, very minimal, natural, you know, work appropriate, or, you know, drinks at the bar after the meeting, at the conference, go nuts, you know, is that just me? Next, we're going to use the sort of very rich, little matte on the bottom. This is my Rephr 01. I must tell you the brush I use. I'm so annoying. I'm so sorry. I always forget. What a pain in your bottoms I am. I mean, this is just blending and building like a dream. It was very quick and easy. I hope you can't hear my stomach rumbling, but I am ready for lunch, okay? So I'm so sorry. I am dreaming of homemade sushi right now and wishing someone else would make it for me because I need it in my belly. But back to the eyeshadow. I mean, both of those mattes, perfect little combo there, little transition shade, something a bit richer and warmer to give me that definition in the crease. I'm loving it. It's giving me life. So far, it's like a mini version of the Velvet Liaison palette, which I really like, the all matte palette. Mini version and a couple of shimmers for your money. Amazing. Just what I needed. Now, for the video's sake, I am going to use the deepest shade in there and my 02 from Rephr. I don't really want to. I feel forced because, you know, I feel like I need to use the whole palette when I'm reviewing it and just showing you how every shade in here works. Like, I would have just liked to have left it there. But I think when you're reviewing, you know, a little palette like this, I need to. I don't just want to. In fact, I don't want to. I need to kind of use every shade in here so you guys can see it on the lid, so we can assess the performance. We can get the full tea. We don't want half a cup. We want a full oversized mug of tea at all times. So I have used it quite lightly just because I've got nowhere to go other than the school run today. And, you know, I want to keep things daytime for myself, that is. Obviously, daytime and nighttime is subjective, but this for me, I don't want to go nuts for the daytime. You know, I don't want to look crazy at the park, is what I'm saying. But that deeper shade had all the pigment and more, probably, than I needed, which was fabulous. Blended out beautifully, very soft as well, so quite a versatile little shade there. No problems so far. It's what we like to see. We like no problems. That's what I love. I live for it. By the way, that was my Rephr 02. I've already stopped telling you the names of my brushes. I told you how annoying I was. So now I'm using my Sonia G builder and I'm going to go into this top, sort of taupey, should we say, type of shimmer. Oh, that is so pretty. I wasn't expecting that to be quite so pretty, actually. The pigment is there for sure. Some very creamy shimmer, you know. Very creamy, beautiful, like butter, giving me all the impact that I could possibly ask for. Really not... I've maybe got half a speck of fallout. Certainly not a problematic amount, certainly not on a par with like the sort of special shimmers from Pat. I'm just going to do a little bit of a blendy-wendy between the shimmers and the mattes. And I think because I'm going to pretend I didn't forget, but I may or may not have forgotten to use this shade at the bottom. So I'm going to use it now. Again, I don't want to, I'm fighting it, but I do want to see how it looks on the eyes. And I appreciate you guys also may want to see. Do we have more fallout from this shade? You know, I do need to answer your questions. I appreciate it. Do you know, I like that a lot more layered over that first shade because it is that very warm, coppery colour that is in a lot of Pat palettes but just isn't my cup of tea. It's not my bag. It's not my bag, but it is pretty. I'll give it that. Lovely. And now I'm going to use my Rephr 21 and the lightest shimmer, this one up here. And we're going to whack that in the inner part of the eye and finish things off. Ooh. That's pretty. I mean, what more could you want from like a little mini neutral eyeshadow palette, you know? It's really got everything you could possibly need for, you know, daytime, evening, whatever you want. I'm going to use the Sonia G Soft Definer and the lighter matte and just give myself a little bit of a smokier lower lash line, hide all my secrets, bags, lines, all of that good stuff. Okay, then let's pop some mascara on. If only it were that easy. But here is the finished look. I am super duper happy with this. Really pretty. I really enjoyed it. I really like this look, how it came out. It was just exactly what I was hoping this little palette would be, and it gave me exactly what I was hoping it would give me. All of the shades worked beautifully. You know, the mattes were very buildable, very versatile. You know, you can use them very softly or build them up and get, you know, a lot more of a richer, deeper, more defined crease. You've got warm and a cooler, wrong way around. We've got a warmer couple of options and then a cooler option. You could also use this easily as like a liner or just use it really heavily and you're going to get a stunning like smoky eye. I feel like for such a small palette and such an affordable price for Pat McGrath, this is an absolute winner. It's just, you know, you could really use this every single day, just a couple of shades in here, or you can go all out like I did today and do something super like glam and for evening. It's really quite versatile, really packs a punch, really gives you some gorgeous options for a really teeny tiny little workhorse. I'm really impressed. I hope she brings more of these out because I think they're so great for someone who doesn't have a huge amount of space to store a lot of palettes, or someone who just wants a smaller price tag for a little Pat McGrath palette, someone who travels, someone who has their makeup in a makeup bag, does their makeup on the go. There's lots of people that I think these would be super useful for, and yeah, I'm one of them because, you know, I like to travel and not take big expensive palettes with me, and I'm really pleasantly surprised. I kind of picked this up thinking, you know, let's see what the minis are all about, and I really like this. This is definitely going to be coming everywhere with me whenever I take my makeup on a holiday, on a trip. It's going to be making it into my makeup bag for sure, just for its convenience. And the fact that it's so small but it still has a mirror that stands up, I really like that. There's the little things, you know. And I also like the packaging, you know, it's not as sort of luxe and high-end as the motherships, but it feels solid enough and secure enough. It's got a nice, you know, closure. It feels nice, and I think it looks very pretty as well. It's just a very different vibe from the motherships. That all being said, if you have a lot of motherships, you absolutely have these colours and can do this exact look. You know, if you have mothership 5, if you have 10, if you have Midnight Sun, I mean, most of them, you can get the look that I did today because, you know, they are essentially neutral mattes and Pat's classic sort of champagne gold copper shimmers. For sure you have a lot of these shades already. If you don't have a lot of them, or you want something that gives you this look but in a much more travel safe size and price point, then I don't think you can go wrong, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think this was a really nice pretty look for that teensy little cutie patootie, you know. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on this new little Sublime Smoke, she goes this way, palette from Pat McGrath. Have you tried these minis before? This is my first one. I now feel like I've been missing out, and these are going to be a bit more on my radar from now on. Do you see yourself using something like this? Are they too small for you? Do you just feel like you have the colours? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found this helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.